Police in Richmond are looking into the possibility that a theft at this vet clinic is connected to other thefts in Lexington.
A man's body has been recovered from a lake at Carter Caves State Park. Investigators arrest a woman accused of starting several fires in Lexington.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
And good afternoon. Sam Dick and Jennifer Palumbo reporting. A Central Kentucky veterinarian says he thinks that thieves knew exactly what they were looking for when they broke into his vet clinic and stole high-priced pet meds.
Now he says he's checking with Lexington investigators to see if there's a connection between their theft and two others at animal hospitals in the area. Kristen Kennedy has the latest in our top story at 4:30.
Surveillance video captured two men breaking into the back of Dr. Frank Skipworth's office. Dr. Skipworth says thieves broke in last Sunday and took a lot of small items worth big bucks. The veterinarian thinks the thieves focused on items like heartworm prevention and flea and tick medication because they're easy to pocket and could be resold for high value. He gave surveillance video to Richmond police. They tell us they're checking with Lexington investigators to see if there's any connection between their theft and two that happened 2 weeks ago at two animal hospitals in Lexington. Dr. Skipworth says the thieves spent less than 10 minutes inside his clinic. He thinks they knew exactly what they wanted when they broke in.
When they entered the building, they came, it appeared they came straight to the front area and stole all our prescription medications, antibiotics, anything that we use in the treatment of patients. And then they also stole all our heartworm preventative, flea and tick products.
Richmond police tell us they are talking to Lexington police, comparing notes to see if the description of the thieves matches what Lexington police are looking into. In Richmond, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Lexington police are also reviewing surveillance video from the two thefts they're working. So far, they have not made any arrests.
Investigators have identified a man who was found dead overnight at Carter Caves State Park. The coroner says that 48-year-old Marty Richmond was with friends at a lake in the park last night when he went underwater. Richmond's body was recovered about 2 hours later. The coroner says he is survived by his son, Mitchell Richmond, who lives here in Lexington. And crews again searching for a missing woman out of McCreary County. The 24-year-old was reported missing Saturday night at Cumberland Falls State Resort Park. Police say that she was with two other people near Eagle Falls when she disappeared. Search teams say a strong undercurrent and debris in the water forced the divers to search a large area. The police are looking for suspects who set up and robbed a Lexington pizza delivery driver.
The employee was robbed a little before midnight at the Fox Run Apartments on McCullough Drive in Winburn. Police say 3 people, possibly teenagers, were wearing masks and knocked the driver down before stealing the pizza and cash. New details about the arrest of a suspected serial arsonist in Lexington. Fire investigators charged Denitra Ross with 5 counts of arson. Looking at her court documents overnight, we learned all 5 of those fires were started in the past 2 months. One of them was last week at the Eastridge Apartments on Alumni Drive. Ross was arraigned this afternoon. A man is behind bars after trying to escape from police. Police say 30-year-old Jonathan Shackelford tried to run away from officers while at UK Hospital, but he crashed into a door, breaking it and knocking himself out. He's now charged with drug possession and attempted escape. Well, the heat and humidity are sticking around to start the work week.
Feels like summer, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So, will all that humidity bring storms and showers this week? Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Hi, Chris.
Hey, guys. Yeah, some folks getting in on some raindrops this afternoon. Not the biggest of thunderstorms that we've tracked out there, but some boomers nonetheless. Temperatures. You can really tell who's outside of the rain, flirting with 90, and who's getting in on a gusty shower or thunderstorm. 79 right now into Moorhead, 86 Mount Sterling, where boy, you had some thunderstorms earlier. Sun is back out. The oppressiveness is likely settling on in. Everybody with a little steam feels like it is in the low 90s with a heat index. But as Sam said, it is summer. You get that this time of year across Kentucky. Live First Alert Defender tracking the very small nature of those showers into parts of central Kentucky. Got one not too far away from Bluegrass Airport now on the west side of town. A little thunder and lightning has been noted at times to the southwest of the BG Parkway. A lot of that mainly in shower form. Some locally heavy downpours still from Owensville back into Montgomery County toward Frenchburg. Northern parts of the area, Maysville over to Vanceburg, some heavy downpours. Everything that's out there should begin to die out a little bit as the sun gets lower on the horizon. It is likely to come back at us as we go through the day tomorrow. If you're out this evening, a boomer or two, we go from the upper 80s to the upper 70s, and it is muggy. Some areas by 11 o'clock still may be flirting with the 80-degree mark. Now, just ahead, we're going to focus on the forecast that includes a potential tropical system that may impact the weather here in Kentucky. We'll talk about that in less than 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chris. The grandmother of a boy run over and killed by a school bus in Whitley County is talking to our investigative team in an exclusive interview tonight. 10-year-old Jonathan Chatham was hit by a school bus in March when he somehow ended up under the bus after being dropped off. The family continues to heal from the tragedy.
I don't know how they're able to come down here to the bus stop every morning. How do you do that?
Faith and strength in the Lord, that the Lord is with you. We know Jonathan's in a better place.
Sam is at the live desk with investigative reporter Miranda Combs with more on the story that she's working on for 6 o'clock. Sam?
Jennifer, thank you. Miranda, this was a terrible story that many of us here in the newsroom remember covering that day. We quickly were hearing that a lot of the family actually saw what happened, right?
Right. Jonathan's grandmother, who you saw there, actually owns a piece of property there, and a lot of the family lives on that property. So his father was there at the bus stop that day and saw the whole thing.
Well, she questions the visibility that the driver has of the children when they get to the bottom of those bus stairs, right?
Right, Sam, and she readily admits that she's never even sat in a bus driver's seat to see what you can see at the bottom of the steps. But in Jonathan's case, they feel like he was brushed by something and then twisted and ended up underneath the bus. Since the father saw the whole thing happen, and that's kind of what he says happened. Now, police say he fell into a ditch that's right next to the road and then somehow fell back underneath the bus. Now, you're going to see where everything was in this video tonight, and you can kind of make a decision for yourself.
So the grandmother does not blame the bus driver?
Not at all, no. She knows at the end of the day this was just a terrible accident, but at the same time she wants some better understanding of what happened and maybe to prevent this moving forward with the recent other bus accidents that have happened, and some kind of similar with the little girl that in Louisville that was drugged by the bus, kind of the same sort of situation. So maybe there are some answers to be found there, and we'll keep digging on that.
Okay, well, your heart definitely goes out to that family, and now you're bringing it back when looking at some new aspects of it. Much more with Miranda on that coming up on WKYT at 6 o'clock. Jennifer?
Thank you, Sam. A memorial is planned for a former editor of the Lexington Herald-Leader. Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist John Carroll died over the weekend at his Lexington home. His wife said he suffered from a rare neurological disorder. Carroll also led newsrooms at the Baltimore Sun and the Los Angeles Times. A memorial service is planned for June 22nd at First Presbyterian Church. John Carroll was 73. The WNBA is honoring an Indiana woman who lost her battle with brain cancer earlier this year. Lauren Hill died in April. She played basketball at Mount St. Joseph University in Cincinnati. The Indiana Fever made her an honorary team member, draping her jersey over one of their seats before their game against the Chicago Sky. Players tried to make as many layups as they could, each one worth a $300 donation to the Cure Starts Now, a cancer charity Hill worked with.
Essentially, she left us the mission. She handed it off, and we're now her voice. Everybody, you know, even all of you are her voice to keep pushing the mission forward and helping that all these families hopefully one day don't have to go through what we sat and watched Lauren go through.
Fans could also shoot layups for a donation and bid on items up for auction.
Sad news out of the horse racing world. Danzig Moon, the fifth-place finisher in this year's Kentucky Derby, was euthanized yesterday. He suffered a fatal injury to his right hind leg in the Plate Trial Stakes in Toronto. Danzig Moon was making his first start since finishing sixth in the Preakness Stakes.
It's called National Power of a Smile Day, and one business in Lexington is pitching in to help.
Our Deanne Stevens is at the house with details. Hey, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. They are open until 6:30 tonight here at House, and that's late hours for them, but they're hoping that you will cash in on the National Power of a Smile Day. So what they're doing, they're hoping that you will smile by getting a little discount. In turn, help others smile too. Dwayne Anderson here to explain all about National Power of a Smile Day. Smile is very powerful.
Don't you love it? Well, the idea came about is when you walk in and you get a discount, it puts a smile on your face, but how can you give back? And so we found an organization called Smile Train, and it works with children who have cleft palates. And so on that day, we're going to give you 10%, and 10% of the sales go to Smile Train, and another child can hopefully have a beautiful smile because of your support of this event that we're having at the store.
Yeah, so they're having it today, and you can come on in until 6:30. You guys normally close at like 5 o'clock, but until 6:30 tonight, you can come in, and beautiful things you have here at House to accessorize the home. You also have some great deals and sales, and accessorize yourself. I was checking that jewelry out. That makes me smile.
We're going to make you look good every way we can. You know that.
And you also are making others look good, too. When you see that video from Smile Train that you showed me here just a little bit ago, people are looking at now. When you see that video, it really makes you think how fortunate we are to have a beautiful smile.
Absolutely. You take a smile for granted, but when you see this video that we'll have posted for you, you'll completely understand by the actions you take, it will change the world.
All right, come on in, do a little shopping. That's the only action you have to take, because in doing that, you're giving back to others, and put a little smile on your face today, too, for National Power of a Smile Day. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at House, located, by the way, off of Walton Avenue. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Deanne. A new documentary offers a behind-the-scenes look at the life of the late Amy Winehouse, and dinosaurs crushing the competition at the box office.
Suzanne Marquez has today's Eye on Entertainment.
The highly anticipated Jurassic World dominated the weekend box office. The sequel to Jurassic Park scared up $511.8 million in ticket sales since it opened Thursday night. The original 1993 film has earned more than $1 billion worldwide since its release.
Riley, is everything okay? If your moviegoers are a little too young for man-eating dinosaurs, Inside Out opens this Friday. The Disney Pixar film takes you inside the mind of an 11-year-old girl, with each of her emotions voiced by a different actor. SNL alums Amy Poehler and Bill Hader lend their vocal talents, along with comedian Louis Black for the family-friendly comedy.
Oh, it's a bit upsetting at the end, isn't it?
And the late British jazz and pop singer Amy Winehouse is the subject of a new documentary. The 6-time Grammy winner died of alcohol poisoning in 2011 at age 27. Filmmaker Asif Kapeda said Winehouse's family and friends opened up to reveal the woman behind the beehive hairdo and false eyelashes.
You realize actually she was someone else totally at the beginning of the journey.
Amy opens July 3rd. And that's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Police say they pulled actor John Stamos over Friday night after getting calls about a possible drunk driver in Beverly Hills. Stamos was first taken to the hospital because of a possible medical condition. That's where police say they determined he was driving over the legal limit, and they arrested him. They later gave him a citation and released him to hospital care. Stamos later tweeted out, "Thanks to everyone for their love and support. I'm home and well." He's set to star in Fox's upcoming sitcom Grandfathered, and has been producing Fuller House, a spinoff of Full House, which will premiere on Netflix next year. Well, showers, storms popping up all over the area. Just kind of depends where you are, whether you get to see it.
It's the strangest thing at my house, Chris and Jennifer, because all of a sudden the showers just, it's like my house was the one that got the rain.
The only one.
Yeah, nobody else for blocks away. I don't know. It's weird.
You know, Friday you were asking me for a little raindrops at your house,
Man,
buddy.
you're powerful.
Listen, I can isolate it just to your house. Your hostas that needed a little water out back as well. We look outside across the land. As Jennifer mentioned, not everybody getting in on the act. Up to 89 now, Lexington, getting close to 90 degrees. We still only had one 90-degree day in Lexington so far. 90% pushing into the Frankfort area about each and every day. Frankfort, we've been the hotter spot of our entire area, 87 into Corbin. Live First Alert Defender seeing now not as much of the scattered stuff across the region. That's why the temperatures are beginning to bubble up closer to 90 in most areas. Maysville, Vanceburg, AA Highway, seeing some showers and storms here across the I-64 corridor into Montgomery County, Bath County, right on top of Stanton and Frenchburg, getting in on some heavier rains. Right now in Lexington, no raindrops to deal with, but a little sun glare that is out there. Let's check in to see how traffic is moving along. Here's Officer Don.
Looks like there's a collision on Versailles Road and Mason Headley. It's blocking one of the outbound lanes of Versailles Road, but traffic's trickling past that one to the right at the moment. Also had a look at Harrodsburg Road coming up on the crossover. Slowdowns there, but that's about normal for this time of day. The traffic clears up there around Wellington, and it's slow at Clays Mill between Man-O-War and Wellington, of course, because of the construction in that area. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Don. To become a WKYT Live driver and download the Waze app, go to WKYT.com. Under the News tab, click on Traffic for more information. An unusual traffic stop. A citizen gets revenge on a mayor and some angry birds. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
A Washington State trooper made an unusual traffic stop. He pulled over an elderly woman driving her scooter along the highway. There she is. Police were getting a lot of calls after the woman apparently got lost and drove around for miles. She told that trooper she didn't need any help, even though she was driving in the opposite direction of her home. Looks like he's got the map out there. He turned her around and followed her home at 6 miles an hour.
A disgruntled hockey fan tased Glendale, Arizona's mayor, and it was all caught on camera. Mayor Jerry Weir said he would be tased if someone donated $10,000 to a charity helping fallen first responders. Someone put up the cash, and Rhonda Pearson got to pull the trigger.
Oh my God.
She and the mayor had a tiff at a public meeting over the Arizona Coyotes hockey team.
That's a little
Yes.
rough. It's anything but politics as usual outside the Canadian Parliament. A territorial red-winged blackbird dive-bombing anyone who passes by. He swoops from lamppost to lamppost, knocking people upside the head if they get within 10 feet of his territory. Oh, that doesn't feel good. For some reason, experts say this bird has interpreted people as a threat.
So get out of the way.
One bird making quite a disturbance there. Yes. Get off my head. All right. Much more to come now at 5 o'clock right here on WKYT.